Well, this is another game I think could be.
Don't do it.
Like, what the hell is going on? That all these players, like Liverpool was an absolute. Let's not get crazy. Here we go. 3-team teaser. All 8. They just don't give a shit. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another football prediction episode with me and teacher Mark.
We're back.
We're back again. We're buzzing to be back today.
I'm excited, man.
You're excited to be back?
I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm really excited. There's a lot of stuff that went down.
Yep, lots of stuff to discuss about. So why not? Let's start off with the Premier League.
And now we can get into these midweek matches, our predictions, what we like, what we feel about it. Yeah, so we had the first one last night, Leicester City and Everton 2-2. I actually was thinking that game was going to be a draw. I felt a draw in that game.
Oh, really?
I did. I felt it was going to be a draw, and sure enough, it was a draw. I didn't put any money on it, but that's how I thought it would play out. So let's get into the game tonight. Arsenal and Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I mentioned this to you before we started filming. This, for me, is a bang-on 3 points for Arsenal. This is it.
Okay.
I feel very comfortable about an Arsenal win in this game.
Okay.
Chelsea can't score. They have no confidence. They look like shit.
Okay.
Arsenal, they're going to get it together in this game. They're at home. They've had some time off to rest. I still don't like how Arsenal defend. Chelsea will probably score in this game. They probably will finally get a goal. I'm going to go for 3-1 Arsenal.
Okay, 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal, yeah.
Hear me out, guys.
Yep.
Hear me out again. This is it. This is time for Super Frank to shine.
Okay.
And he's going to shine tonight.
Okay.
He's going to shine tonight. I ain't talking shit. I ain't talking superstitious. Nothing like that. But I'm telling you now, tonight, Super Frank's going to shine.
Are you going for a Chelsea win?
I'm going for a draw.
A draw, okay.
I'm going for a Chelsea draw.
Well, I mean, you called that Arsenal-Southampton draw a couple weeks ago, so, I mean, fair play. Arsenal, they're in terrible form right now. They're really, really struggling. I just think Chelsea are so toxic right now.
They are, but just what I said.
Five played from Lampard, 5 losses, 1 goal scored.
Well, tonight, 3 goals will be scored.
You're going for a 3-3.
3-3, yeah.
3-3.
Here we go, entertaining games again.
To be fair to you about that 3-3, both teams can't defend. I don't like the defending of either team. But Chelsea just cannot score. If this game finished 3-3, I think Chelsea will have to have at least 1 penalty, and they probably will need an own goal as well for a 3-3. That's how little confidence I have in Chelsea's ability to score a goal right now.
But keep in mind, both of this team, imagine about their keeper.
Both keepers are struggling right now. That's a good point.
Struggling.
They are. Ramsdale, for every kind of big moment or great save that Ramsdale has, and he has a lot, to be fair, Ramsdale pops up with some nice saves. Man, he lets in a lot of goals as well. He does. He lets in the goals.
Just like poor Kepa.
Kepa, yeah, man. How bad does Benjamin Mendy have to be now? Or pardon me, not Benjamin Mendy. I apologize. Benjamin. Although he was, I apologize to Benjamin Mendy. I shouldn't say it. He was acquitted on all charges. So I want to make that perfectly clear. Okay. Benjamin Mendy is.
We did actually mention that.
We did. He was acquitted on all charges. He did nothing wrong. He everything was bullshit. It was all a slander. Benjamin Mendy for me is got a perfectly clear book and a clear record. So he's good. I want to bring up Edouard Mendy, the goalkeeper, because when he was brought in, he was the guy, and he was the number one. And then early this season, he got benched, and they started playing Kepa. And even Frank Lampard, who hates Kepa, has stuck with Kepa. He hasn't gone back to Mendy. So what has happened to Mendy? My word, he's just got to be terrible in training, absolutely terrible on the training pitch, but we don't know. So. That aside, I'm going for an Arsenal win. You're going for a draw.
I'm going for a draw.
Okay.
Screw Arsenal fans. I'm sorry, but
let's see how it plays out.
Let's see how it plays out.
I'm getting my money on the Gunners, though. I am. I'm getting my money on the Gunners tonight.
Well, I trust in Super Frank.
Okay. I don't.
You don't? Okay.
I don't.
Okay. That's football, guys.
Let's get into the 2 games tomorrow night. Interesting games for me, both of them. I want to spend some time talking about them. Let's start out with Man City and West Ham.
Okay.
Man City are playing at home against West Ham. What do you think about this game?
This is going to be a hard game for Man City. Pep says that when Man City are playing, when the game finishes what was it? 4-1 Messi Arsenal. Was it 4-1?
For Man City and Arsenal, yeah, 4-1,
It
correct.
was
Yeah, 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, correct.
So after that, Pep says that, well, lots of people might say that it's over, the title is ours. But the problem is the games that Man City have to play, it is all horrific and hard. That is what Pep says. And I think West Ham is going to be another rock challenging games for Man City.
Yeah, so do I. I've actually I've got a strong feeling about that. This game, I'm going for a draw in this game.
You're going for a
I
draw.
am. And I'll tell you why. For me personally, West Ham are coming off of 2 good performances. They played well against Liverpool and deserved a point. They were really unlucky in that game. They didn't. Crystal Palace deserved their win against West Ham. They deserved the 3 points. Palace were great. But for me, West Ham played their part as well. West Ham weren't chumps in that game. They played good football. They had some good moments in that game. They scored 3 goals. In my opinion, and then you factor in the 4-0 that West Ham had over Bournemouth last weekend. West Ham, even the 2-2 over Arsenal, for me, West Ham are coming off of 4 good performances, 4 good ones. The 2-2 with Arsenal, the 4-0 with Bournemouth, the 2-1 loss to Liverpool, and the 4-3 loss to Crystal Palace. I think West Ham are playing good football right now. I do. And I think they're going to get something from this game. I think Man City didn't shine at all against Fulham. And I just think that this game has a making of a draw.
A draw?
I do.
Well, it wouldn't be good if it's a draw.
West Ham have 1 extra day to prepare for this game as well. They played Saturday afternoon, and Man City played on Sunday, so that could factor in as well. I'm going for a draw.
I'm going for 2-0 Man City.
Okay, listen, it's so difficult to go against Man City. They probably will win the game. They're at home. They're incredibly strong. I'm just going for a draw.
You're going for a draw?
I am. I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Fair play. You know,
I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
I used to really love the West Ham when they completely changed Arsenal. But now, fuck.
Yeah.
We're going against West Ham. Man City, we're going against West Ham.
Okay.
The team that changed Arsenal. But I'm sorry, David Moyes, you just gotta accept it. I mean, Pep's gonna beat you. I'm sorry, David Moyes.
Well, the first time they played this season was actually all the way back on match day 1. It was the very first game of the season. And Erling Haaland had 2 goals in that game. One of them was a penalty. It was a pretty comfortable 2-0 win for Man City. I remember the game. And Man City, from that point on, they've pushed on. This game, I think, is going to be a bit different. For me, this isn't so much about Man City. I just like the way that West Ham are playing right now.
Okay.
And I know how they're going to play in this game. They're going to keep their shape. They're going to try to have a little bit of the ball, and they're going to try to hit on the counterattack. Miguel Antonio is the kind of guy that can make trouble for Man City. He's big, he's strong, he can get behind them. Declan Rice is the kind of guy that can play the ball forward to him.
Yep.
He's very creative. I just think... First of all, I will say this. One thing I feel very, very comfortable about saying in this game, like really, really comfortable, West Ham will score a goal.
Okay.
That, I feel bang on West Ham are going to get a goal in this game. That, I put money on. I will put money on. I will.
Okay.
I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
You're going for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah. 2-0.
2-0.
Okay, let's see how it plays out.
Let's see how it plays out.
Other game I want to talk about as well. Very interesting game. Liverpool at home to Fulham. What do you think of this game? Fulham, okay, they're coming off that good display at home against Man City. Really, really, really good display in that game.
It depends on how Silva puts his 11 starting lineups.
Yep.
Because loads of times you've seen Fulham made a change lately in the late game. It will be like Solomon, Daniel James, someone like that. So they change all the forwards. But I think if they start with those 3 men that they subbed on late in the late game, I think they would have had it.
Yeah, so do I. I agree with that.
You agree with it? Okay.
I do. I think that's a very good point. Lineup will be important in this game. I have zero confidence in Liverpool Football Club right now. Zero. They've won 4 games in a row, 12 points from 12. It is the most uninspiring 12 from 12 I think I've ever seen in my life. Okay, let's talk about it. They had the 6-1 with Leeds. Fair enough, that was 6-1. But keep in mind, the opening goal in that Leeds game was a clear handball against AA in the build-up that VAR somehow still allowed to happen, and Liverpool were given the goal.
Disaster.
It was a ridiculous decision. Liverpool probably still would have won the game, but they were lucky on that opening goal that made it 1-0. Who knows what happens if they don't get that opening goal?
Yep.
They had the 3-2 win with Nottingham Forest. Ridiculously lucky in that game. Nottingham Forest played really well. It should have been a draw. The 2-1 win over West Ham, again, really lucky. West Ham could have had a late penalty in that game. West Ham played well. They deserved a draw. And then this 4-3 nonsense with Spurs over the weekend, where Spurs, listen, we saw the game. We already talked about it.
Yep.
Liverpool scored late. It easily could have finished as a draw. So I don't have any confidence in Liverpool right now. I don't. These two teams played also on match day 1, the first game of the season. It was a 2-2 draw that day. Fulham played really well. I'm going for a draw in this game. I'm going for a draw. It's at Anfield, but I just don't feel good about Liverpool right now. Fulham are going to score a goal, maybe even 2 goals. This will probably be a 2-2 draw.
Draw is actually a good shout.
I'm going for a draw, man.
I just can't see any miracles happening.
I don't have any confidence in Liverpool right now. I really, really don't. Fulham have had a steady season. Really, really steady. And I just think they're going to, if Fulham, all Marco Silva has to say is Marco Silva has to go into the dressing room and say to the players one thing. Guys, if you play like you did against Man City, against Liverpool, you're going to get at least a draw and you might win the game. All he has to say.
Okay.
That's it. I told you the same thing last week when I said Steve Cooper, when Nottingham Forest were playing Brighton.
Oh, yeah.
He just had to go into the dressing room and say, guys, you play like you did against Liverpool, you're going to beat Brighton. Sure enough, they beat Brighton. That's it. That's all Marco Silva needs to say. Play that game one more time, you're going to get a minimum of a draw, a minimum. And I think Fulham are good for a draw in that game.
Could be.
So I'm going for 2 draws that night. I'm going for a West Ham Man City draw, and I'm going for a Liverpool Fulham draw.
Well, I'm agreeing with you about Fulham draw against Liverpool.
Yep.
But I'm sorry, Man City and West Ham, ain't no draws happening tonight.
Okay, ain't no draws, baby.
Wins only for Man City.
Wins only.
Ain't no draws happening. We gotta keep those winning streak action going.
They are so good. It's tough to go against them. It's just a feeling. I've just got a feeling.
It's just a feeling.
Okay. One other game to talk about then, midweek game. It's the Thursday night game, Friday morning here in Bangkok. Brighton at home with Manchester United.
This is a revenge for the FA Cup.
FA Cup. Both teams won at the weekend. Brighton 6-0, Man U 1-0. Revenge for the FA Cup. Brighton are at home. Brighton have a really good record against Man United in the Premier League. Really, really good record against them. They've actually beaten them 3 straight in the Premier League. So this could make it 4 straight. I'm going for a Brighton win.
You're going for Brighton win?
I am, yeah.
I will completely go for a Brighton win as well. This is going to be revenge.
Revenge for the FA Cup.
Solly March will score a hat-trick.
Hat-trick. Well, we got the FA Cup wrong. I thought that Brighton would win that game.
Which they should have.
Technically, it finished as a draw. It was a 0-0 draw. Man United won on penalty kicks. Yeah, I think that this is a revenge game as well. I'm going for a Brighton win.
Even their manager, Brighton manager, what's his name again?
Desagri.
Yeah, the Zerbi. He was like, after that FA game's finished, he goes to the press conference and completely roasted Man United. He didn't say anything good. He just said we should have beat them. They're completely trash today. Well, this is another game I think could be a revenge.
Yeah, it's kind of like for me, Brighton. They lost to Forest last week. Forest played them at a perfect time. After that tough FA Cup semi-final, Forest were desperate for the win. We won money on that game, by the way. Forest, it was perfect time. But Brighton clearly got back on track over the weekend. Really, really hammered Wolves. They're at home again against Man United. Yeah, I'm going for a Brighton win.
We're going for Brighton. Let's see who can nail the scores.
3-1 Brighton.
3-1.
I'm going for 3-1.
Well, since I'm going for Solly March hat-tricks, I'm going for 3-2. Solly March hat-trick heroes.
Okay, Sonny March hat-trick hero.
Hat-trick hero.
I agree with you. He's going to get at least 1 goal. Hat-trick, I don't know, but he's going to score 1.
This is going to be his chance to shine. From missing that penalty.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
And maybe who was that? Who kissed the ball and passed it to him? Was it Weghorst? Weghorst will be getting red card tonight.
Weghorst is shit, man. He hasn't scored. He's scored. I think now he's played 22 games for Man United. He has 1 goal against them, 1 goal for them, which I believe was an FA Cup goal against Reading. I believe is his 1 goal. So that's it. Just to recap for our 4 midweek games. This is what I'm going for. I'm going for an Arsenal win. I'm going for a Brighton win. And I'm going for 2 draws. Liverpool, Fulham draw. Man City, West Ham draw.
Man City ain't going to draw.
Yep, that's where my money's going to be at. I'm not going to go for a teaser this week. Okay. I'm just going to have my money on those 4 games individually.
But I will go for it.
Okay.
I will go for it. Welcome back to the 3-team teaser.
Okay.
But now, with me.
Far side, baby.
The mischievous guys.
Yep.
So, first things first. Completely easy. Starting off simple and easy. Man City to win.
Man City to win.
Easy choice.
Yep.
If you want to go a little bit more risky, Brighton to meet Man United.
Yep.
And one last team. If you want to go for a win, if you really want to go for a win,
don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, man.
I was about to say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it, man. Don't say it. Don't do it.
You sure?
I'm sure, man.
You sure? Okay.
If we're talking a win, because there's only 2 games to choose from. Don't say it, man.
All right, we'll go for a draw then. If you guys want to double chance for Chelsea.
Oh, double chance for Chelsea.
Okay.
I would be more comfortable with you saying Fulham win over Liverpool than Chelsea win over Arsenal. That's how. Do you realize how toxic Chelsea Football Club are?
I know, but ladies and gentlemen, big risks, big rewards.
Big risks, big rewards. That's true.
Yep.
Big risks, big rewards.
And now I'm just having this feeling of an Azazel coming into my bodies. I'm not being crazy, but this is how it's going to end up. We'll see.
I'm going for 3-1 Arsenal in that game.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. 5-0 Arsenal would not surprise me.
5-0.
5-0 Arsenal would not surprise me.
But yeah, guys, double chance Chelsea if you trust me, or even you could go for 2-team teaser, just like Man City and Brian.
Let's say Arsenal score first in that game. The only way that your pick could be right, that you could have any, is if Chelsea score first. Chelsea have to score first. If Arsenal score first in that game, Chelsea are just going to say, the Chelsea are going to say, fuck this.
Fuck this.
In a couple weeks, I'm traveling to Thailand for holiday. That's it. Like, they're going to say, in 3 weeks, I'm going to be hanging out in Phuket.
Okay.
Chilling. Okay. They're safe in the Premier League. Most of their players are probably going to be leaving in the summer.
Okay.
It's going to be a massive clear out. But just for being sake and talking to your point, if Chelsea somehow scored the first goal in that game, okay. We don't know. In football, we never know.
But this is why I'm saying this could be a draw or maybe even win, because the best center back for Arsenal, Rob Holding.
Oh, he's garbage.
He is garbage. So I think this could be a chance for Chelsea.
And I'll one more thing about Arsenal center backs. Like, people hammer on Rob Holding. Fair enough, he's garbage. But I'm sorry, like, Ben White ain't much better.
You're right.
He ain't. And they bought him a couple years ago for £50 million from Brighton. $50 million. Brighton are having a laugh. They're having a laugh. Ben White was never worth $50 million, but as we always know, English players, the price goes up. That's just part of how it works.
Okay.
But even with the English price increase, which is always going to happen, maximum Ben White was like 35, 36 million. The fact that Brighton got £50 million from him from Arsenal is laughable, and he's not much better than Rob Holding in my book. He's not. He's had a really bad spring. These past 5 games for Arsenal, Ben White hasn't done the job at all.
So basically, both of them were trash. Arsenal, you're going down next season. I'm sorry, but you're going down. The next goal of your next season would be getting the trophy of championships. Screw Arsenal fans, part-time wanker.
Well, so that's it. We've got our picks in. I'm looking forward to these games. There's only 4, but I'm excited for them. Last night's game to start the midweek fixtures was really, really exciting, and I think we're going to get some more games just like that. So that's it. We'll be back with you soon for some more recap and some more picks and predictions. But get that money out there. I feel good with what I said, but I know my partner feels good about what he said as well. So you're just going to... We kind of had some disagreements on these games, so you're just going to kind of have to listen to us, maybe do your own research, look at some stats, look at the form guide, look at who's scoring goals right now, and then go from there. But just make sure you get that money on those games.
Make sure to place your bets, guys.
Place your bets.
Or maybe go for Chelsea to win.
Oh, my. That would take a brave person.
You know what? Actually, I will say this in front of the cameras, and I will post this before the game on my Instagram. I am going to be saying Chelsea will score first, and they might beat Arsenal. Worst case scenarios is going to be a draw for them.
Well, if they score first, anything can happen. If they fall down,
Super Frank will shine.
Okay. I just disagree. I just don't see it. Man.
Okay.
I think Chelsea are toxic. I think Lampard are garbage, and they just simply cannot put the ball in the back of the net.
Good point.
But I'll be watching.
But you'll be watching.
I'll be watching. Yeah.
Place your bets.
Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
And yeah, I think that should do it for today.
That should do it. We'll be back.
We'll be back again.
Get those subscribes in. Get those comments in. We love to hear from everybody. We absolutely love it.
We love it. So don't forget to share us your picks as well.
Yep.
Maybe a little difference from us, but share it down in the comment section down below.
Oh yeah.
To give us your thoughts. And yep, don't forget to place your bets.
Have a great week.
Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game.
Adios.
Adios.